Good day, everyone. This is Paulo A. Pastrana, and I'll be tackling about the site planning. Site planning is an aspect of the architectural process that involves the architect organizing the gradients and drainage, access to the plot, privacy, and the layout of each structure. Site orientation is the placement of structure on the property with certain environmental and physical factors taken into consideration. Site orientation is one of the preliminary factors that an architect or designer takes into consideration when beginning the design process. Terrain orientation is the characteristics of the land of which the proposed structure shall be placed. Terrain affects the type of structure to be built. A level construction site is a natural location for a single-level or two-story home. Some landscape techniques on a level site can allow for alternatives. For example, the excavation material plus extra topsoil could be used to construct an earth berm, which is a mound or built-up area. The advantage of the berm is to help reduce the apparent height of a second story or to add earth isolation to part of the structure. Sloped sites are a natural location for multi-level or daylight basement home. A single-level home is a poor choice on a sloped site because of the extra construction cost for excavation or building up the foundation. As you can see on the screen, terrain can influence housing types. Subterranean construction has gained popularity and provide some economical advantages in energy consumption. Next is subterranean slope site. The terrain of the site is an important factor to consider in the implementation of subterranean designs. The next one is view orientation. In many situations, future homeowners purchase a building site before they begin the home design. In a large number of these cases, the people are buying a view. The view may be mountains, city lights, a lake, a river, the ocean, or even a golf course. These view sites are usually more expensive than comparable sites without a view. Solar orientation. The sun is an important factor in home orientation. Sites with a solar orientation allow for excellent exposure to the sun. There should not be obstacles such as tall buildings, evergreen trees, or hills that have the potential to block the sun. Generally, all sites located on a south slope has these characteristics. When a site has southern exposure that allows solar orientation, a little basic astronomy can contribute to proper placement of the structure. Establishing south. A perfect solar site allows the structure to have unobstructed southern exposure. When a site has this potential, true south should be determined. This determination should be established in the preliminary planning stages. Other factors that contribute to orientation, such as view, can also be taken into consideration at this time. If view orientation requires a structure be turned slightly away from the south, it is possible that the solar potential will not be significantly reduced. True south is determined by a line from the North Pole to the South Pole. When a compass is used to establish north to south, the compass points to magnetic north. Magnetic north is not the same as true north. True north is the same as geographic north, which is the North Pole. The difference between true north and magnetic north is known as the magnetic declination. Solar site planning tools. Instruments are available that calculate solar axis and demonstrate shading patterns for any given site throughout the year. Solar axis refers to the availability of direct sunlight to a structure or construction site. Some instruments provide accurate readings for the entire year at any time of the day in clear or cloudy weather. Solar site location. A solar site in a rural or suburban location where there may be plenty of space to take advantage of a southern solar exposure allows the designer a great deal of flexibility. Some other factors, however, can be considered when selecting an urban solar site. Select a site where zoning restrictions have maximum height requirements. Sites that have streets running east-west provide fairly limited orientation potential. Adjustment homes can easily block the sun unless southern exposure is possible. Wind orientation. The term prevailing winds refers to the direction from which the wind most frequently blows in a given area of the country. For example, if the prevailing winds are said to be southwesterly, that means the winds in the area generally blows from the southwest. Last one, roof slope with protection. A flat two-story surface causes a great deal of wind resistance. A better alternative is achieved with a long sloping roof is used to reduce wind resistance, resulting in more energy efficient construction. Summer cooling winds. Summer winds may be mild and contribute to a more comfortable living environment. Comfort can be achieved through design for natural ventilation and through landscape design. Effective natural ventilation can be achieved when a structure has openings in opposite walls that allow for cross ventilation. Landscaping for wind control. Deciduous trees serve a triple purpose. In the summer, they provide needed shade and acts as a filter to cool heated wind. In the winter, they lose their leaves following the sun's rays to help warm and the house. Sound orientation. If your construction site is located in the country near the great outdoors, sound orientation may not be a concern. The sounds that you have are singing birds, quacking frogs, creeping crickets, and possibly only a few road noises. It is very difficult to eliminate road sounds from many other locations. Sound reduction, home and landscape plant. Trees can provide sound insulation. The greater the width of the plantings for sound insulation, the better the control. Legal description and site plan requirements. A site plan is a scale drawing showing the existing conditions on a unit of load, including property lines and detailing the location of any proposed and existing development, such as structures, paving, and uses of land. Bearings are measured clockwise or counterclockwise from north or south. Rectangular survey system. The states in an area of the United States, starting with the western boundary of Ohio to the Pacific Ocean, and including some southeastern states and Alaska, are described as public land states. Within this area, The U.S. Bureau of Land Management devised a system for describing land known as rectangular survey system. Parallels of latitude and meridians of longitude were used to establish areas known as Great Land Surveys. Townships. The Great Land Surveys are broken down into smaller surveys known as townships and sections. The baselines and meridians are divided into two blocks called township. Each township measured 6 miles squared. The townships are numbered by tiers running north to south. The near numbering system is established either north or south of a principal baseline. Sections. To further define the land within a township that is 6 miles squared, the area is divided into units 1 mile square called sections. Section is a township are numbered from 1 to 36. Section 1 always begins in the upper right corner and consecutive numbers are arranged as shown. And this is the example of the division of a section. Lot and block system. The lot and block legal description system can result from either the metes and bounds or the rectangular system, generally with a portion of land is subdivided into individual building sites. The subdivision is established as legal plat and recorded as such in the local county records. The subdivision is given name and broken into blocks of lots. Site plan requirements. Site plans can be drawn to serve any number of required functions, and all have similar characteristics, which include showing the following: a legal description of the property based on the survey, property line, bearings and directions, north arrow, roads and easements, utilities, elevations, map scale. Topography is a physical description of a land surface showing its variation in evaluation, show as relief, and locating other features. Surface relief can be shown with graphic symbols that use shading methods to enhance the character of land, or the differences in elevation can be shown with contour lines. Site plan with contour lines. Site plans do not always require contour lines showing topography. Verify the requirements with the local building codes. In most instances, the only contour-related information required in proper corner, elevation, street elevation at a driveway, and the elevation of the finished floor levels the structure additionally. Drawing site plans. Site plan requirements vary by jurisdiction such as city, country, or state. Some site plans elements are similar throughout the country. Typical site plan items include the following: site plan scale, legal description of the property, property line, bearings and dimensions, north arrow, existing and proposed roads, driveways, patios, walks, and parking areas, existing and proposed structures, public or private water supply, public or private sewage disposal, location of utilities, rain and footing drains, and storm sewers or drainage, topography including contour lines or land elevations at lot corners, street lines, driveways, and floor elevations. Grading plan features. Grading plans are construction drawings that generally show the existing and proposed topography. The outline of the structure can be shown with elevations at each building corner and the elevation given for each floor level. As you can see in the screen, this is the detailed grading plan for a residential structure site. Constructing a profile from the grading plan. Grading plan requirements can differ from one location to the next. Some grading plans show a cross-section through the site as specified intervals or location to evaluate the contour more fully. Site analysis plan. In areas or condition where zoning and building permit application require a design review, a site analysis plan may be required. The site analysis provides the basis for the proper design relationship of the proposed development to the site to adjacent properties. A site analysis plan is typically includes the following: a vicinity map showing the location of the property in relation to adjacent properties, roads, and utilities. Site features such as existing structures and plants on the property and adjacent property. Scale. North arrow, property boundaries, slope shown by contour lines or cross-section or both, land legend, traffic patterns, solar site information, if solar applicants is intended, pedestrian patterns. This is a typical subdivision of land with three proposed parcels. Land unit development. A creative and flexible approach to the land development is a planned unit development. Planned unit developments may include such uses as residential areas, recreational areas, open spaces, school, libraries, churches, or even convenient shopping facilities. Development plan. These plans, like any proposed site plan, may require changes before the final drawings are approved for development. Metric in site planning. The recommended metric values used in the design and drafting of site plans based on surveying, excavating, paving, and concrete construction. So this is the metrics in site planning. And that's all about my topic. Thank you.